This is Alicia. She is the shop manager, head piercer, and just bad mofo.
All in one.
All in one. She's been with me now for, what are we going on?
About 4 years.
Everything's 4 years. You realize so far, this is crazy. And I know I'm not talking about you yet, but I will in a second. It's just crazy that so far, everybody that sat with me, it's been 4 years.
Really?
Like everybody. Dom, you, Josh Johnson came in, he's 4 years. It's like, damn, that's a number.
I mean, that just says a lot about you and your business, you know.
That's a number that I'm starting to like realize it's starting to come up.
A lucky number.
Yeah, I'm about to play that tonight. So anyway, so basically, all the podcasts I talk about having the right team and all that stuff that you hear me say, she's a part of that. She's the one that handles all the day-to-days, the issues, the problems, anything goes through her. So that's what I was talking about when you have the right manager, but understand she's still young, but she's driven, she's hard, she works, she's dedicated, she's got a good personality, she greets the people great, everybody loves her. That's how she came up in this industry so fast, because as a piercer, you know, it's a hit or miss type of deal. Like it depends on you as a person. But what I saw was past the piercing. Even though everybody in her mom that walked in here loved her and saw how great she was, and she's great with piercing kids' ears, I hate doing it because I want to be back there crying. Like I'm the one that stops. I'm the one that stops tattooing and brings a lollipop in there because I'm like, oh my god, just stop. Like, so I can't. I hate doing it. It's just for me, it's harder. But her, she has great patience with it and stuff. So through all that, and then dedication to where she's at, that's why she's where she's at now. And she's been working for me for 4 years, and she worked her way up the ladder to a salary.
Crazy thing is, this is literally the second job that I've ever had. So my first job, I think I started, waitressing? That was 4 years, and I moved on to this 4 years. So.
And she's still in college full time, so it's not like you don't have a lot going on your plate. You just got, well, you were in the middle of buying a house. That's what we were talking about before we got on the podcast. And I like what you said, because it's true. Like, you're not settling, right? You didn't buy the house, you said. She was in the middle of buying the house. She was going to buy the house.
Got approved for the loan, all that good stuff. It was in the works, but it just wasn't what I wanted. I'd rather wait for something that I want rather than rush the process.
Yeah. So now she's getting an apartment, going to stay in an apartment for a little while. But that's growth, man. Like, that's an understanding that you're not just going to settle. Like, so I thought that was another great mindset of, like, not settling. She put it in other terms when she said it. She said, I'm not, you know me, I'm bougie. Hey, you're allowed to be. It's your money, though. Like, if you're going to be the one paying that payment on it, why wouldn't you want to get what you want? Not when somebody else tries to force upon you. So that was big ups to you for that one. So how's everything been?
It's gone. It's a working process. I've been doing my classes online. About to be done that for the summer. You know, just got my new apartment. And I'm just ready to get back to work.
So where's that around here?
Yeah, my first apartment, Cannon Mills.
Oh, you went back? Okay. That's what's up. Is it just you this time, or are you gonna have a roommate?
Yeah, Cindy.
Oh yeah.
The loud one.
Yeah.
If you're watching this, you're the loud one.
Everybody knows who you are. You know who you are, girl.
Yeah, but she's a good person to be around. She's very driven. She already has her master's in social work. So I just like to surround myself with driven, goal-oriented people, you know, with just a little splash of ratchet.
Yeah, that's just because you're still young and you still like that funness, you know, where as you get older, when you have kids and stuff, certain things will
start to
die down because you're like, all right, I don't want my kid to be around that because you don't want them to feel that that's a normal thing, you know?
Right.
But it's fun. You're young, but you're business when you're here. So I don't really care about the outside life. Like, you're allowed to do you. I bag up on your posts. I think they're funny. That's just.
I think I calmed down a lot, really.
Yeah, but there's no reason not to be yourself, right?
Yeah.
And that's why I think that's the biggest reason here is fun. Because everybody's themselves here, and you can be, because it's.
Well, I feel like everybody's more goofy than me. Like you said, I'm here. I mean, I'll joke around a little bit, but it's mostly like.
No, when you're here, you're business.
Yeah.
No, you don't really get you don't get goofy until you get out of here.
Yeah.
Except
for like the last hour.
Yeah, like when you go in there with Cynthia and them, and you get to go acting up a little. That's not wrong.
Or we have our girl chats back in the piercing room.
No, those aren't girl chats, guys. That's don't walk back there if your man talks. Just don't. I've opened the door and was like, oh, all right, I'm not supposed to be into this conversation. Shut the door and walk out. That's that man-hating conversation.
Crazy thing is, when I started, it was just me. I was the only girl. I mean, Jessica, she had worked there, but around the time that I really had got started, she left to go be with her family. So it was just me and the guys.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't.
And now
really...
we're outnumbered. Now the men are outnumbered. There's more women than there are men.
Yeah.
But it helps. It helps, like, even if it evens it out. It does. It makes it a lot better. Mm-hmm. I feel like in real talk, you gotta have women around to help because they balance you. They balance you in a way that you don't even realize until it's late. Like you're looking at it now, it's completely balanced, you know? Because look at where we were 4 years ago to where we're at now. Like it was tooth and nails fighting to get where we're at, right? But it took like another side of perspective of things to understand that this is what has to happen.
A couple different perspectives, really.
A lot.
Yeah, we got through a lot.
But it was fun, and it's fun, and it's just like a fun process, and watching it happen, and where we're at and where we're going is crazy. Mm-hmm. The COVID put a halt on some things for a little bit, but we're still moving. Yeah, I
have my apprentice Shelby. She was almost done her apprenticeship. She's about to be a full-fledged piercer, but then this happened. So hopefully once this is done, we can pick off where she left off and just get her.
I'm still working
making
her.
Money.
She's still working.
Yeah. She's at
like,
home working on her skins.
Please. No, I'm talking about the business side of things. She's doing stuff for me just because she's like, I need something to do.
That's good.
I was like, oh, here. I didn't bother you because you were in the middle of doing all your housing and stuff in school. I know it's got to be crazy. I know that whole switch over because I'm not a person. There's no way I couldn't have an interaction with the person to figure it out as much. Like the online thing would never work for me.
Yeah, the only problem with online is that obviously we're not really learning as much. We're just focused on completing the work. So that's my issue. I'd rather sit in the class and learn than get a great grade. Obviously everybody wants good grades, but
especially when you're paying for it. Like,
then on top of that, they try to give you more work because you're at home, so you're not really doing too much. So it's just.
And it's what's weird is like schools, like I feel like they should have paused a week, right, and said, okay, we're gonna study trial this for a couple of days, like a week or two or a few weeks, right? Pause it for a week and be like, look, no school for a week. All of the district of whatever district, Cesar Rodney, or Dover, whatever, right? Figure out the same exact format for teaching because I got 4 damn kids. All of them are in different schools and classes.
Different levels.
Every one of them are different. Like one you can go on, right? And it's like, okay, it's easy. You go on Clever, you you sign in, and then you go to Schoology and Zoom's in there, right? Then you got another teacher that every day they got to text you a reminder of a code that you got to put in. And then if you're working and you're not there, and your damn phone die, your kid don't answer their text message, and then half of the kids in America nowadays don't pay attention to jack shit. I was one of them, so I understand it. So, like, you send them something, and they're like, oh, I didn't get it. Look back at your damn text message. Mm-hmm. Like, you're making this way harder than it needs to be. The one that I like right now is the one where I go on the Clever, click on Schoology, Zoom's in there.
And you can see all the assignments on the side.
Yeah, and then you just hit Zoom, right? And when it hits Zoom, the number's already in there, so it's just inviting you in. Where the other one, you got to go through Schoology or you got to go through Zoom, and, like, they're all trying to figure this out on their own, where that's the only flaw I see that could be switched. Is like, okay, just get it all in the same format like you do at school. It needs to be a little structured because it's harder on the working class people that still have to get out here and do work every day.
Right.
But we'll figure it out. We'll figure that part out. We'll come together as all. I mean, it's working. It's just a pain in the butt. Mm-hmm. So how's your class though? How's your grades going? It's
going. I'm doing good in all my classes except one, Shakespeare. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of have been slacking on that class, but I got an A in Spanish, so Mel and Pete will be proud. And I'm doing good in English.
You can talk some more shit. Yeah.
Math is cool, so yeah, I just got to bring up that Shakespeare before the end of the semester. We have like I think a week and a half left, maybe 2.
Then you're done
for the summer, and then I got. Two more semesters to go, and then I'll be finished.
That's good, because once you're done, then I'll have some work for you to do. Mm-hmm. I'll put you back to work. I need we're working in so many directions, and your personality and what you do would be able to help. Because I know, like, right now it's a little camera shy, Brian, and you're getting used to it.
Yeah.
But they don't know you like I know you.
Right.
And I know how you'll come out after a minute of being on here. Like Mel, when she was on here, she was like, I'm nervous. She kept saying it, right? And then
she said it on the camera?
She said it all the whole time. And then, like, next thing you know, Mel came out.
Right.
She was just like, oh, shit. You know how she is. Her little swag that she has. Oh, she had me. I love her to death. That's why I wanted to do this with everybody, is just to bring in the energy that we all have with each other, because it's like you miss it. You miss just having the fun and the growth. I gave her some skins, so she's home practicing. She did that one portrait. It looked good. I can see a lot of things that she needs to work on, but she knows that. And she even acknowledged it, which was great, because it's like, okay, because you know them lips.
You already know what you have to do.
Yeah, just like if I did one, I would know. I would look at it, because I look at everyone and I'm like, all right, I can see something they could do done here differently, or
right.
It's just how I feel.
Yeah, she's getting there. Her and Gracie, be on the lookout for them. They are gonna be the baddest tattoo female artists in Delaware. Promise you that.
There's another chick I give a shout out to that I like, and I don't know her. Because I gotta be real. Like, there's a chick named Andy. I don't know her from Can of Paint. She's walking right now. I don't even know what she looks like.
But you know her by her work.
I know her by her work. And I know she works at Four Peaks. I know that much. So I know where she works, and I know what she does, but that's it. Completely, that's it. I don't know anything about her, but I do like her black and gray. I like that I think Paul taught her, and I think like what he did with her was great. Once you get going, but it's a lot of work to get going, because now we have ads running, and then we got to look at them. So we'll look at them tomorrow probably, and we'll see who's hitting where, like what's countries, because I'm getting a lot of love right now from the UK. So like we'll gear to wherever the love's coming from. And what I've noticed is, and I don't know why this is, and it's just crazy to me that it's this way, you get more love from out of the states than you do in the States.
I believe it.
For no reason though. Because
people in the States see other people in the States as competition, so they don't like to show love. I feel like people outside of the States, you know what I'm saying? Because there's that distance, they can appreciate the content more. And
it's so weird to me, because like I am growing, right? And I know where we're at in our level of here, like the money, the growth, the experience, the clientele, the employees. It's just great, right? So like, but I still support everybody else around here. Like Mel goes and gets tattoos from other shops. Like she supported the one that just opened up. Wow. What's wrong with that? She went to a guy shop that I fired from here, and he opened up his own shop. She went and got tattooed by him right on her neck. But I don't care.
Right.
It's not like I want to see the man fail. Just because we didn't see eye to eye in business doesn't mean I want to see that man fail. I just don't. I can't fuck with you at that time.
That's the key to success. Not worried about what somebody else is doing.
And I think that's where, like, I think that's why we have a problem in the States, where people don't show the love. Because over in the UK, the love I'm getting over there is crazy. Like, I'm telling you, I don't even know what half of them are saying. I gotta Google Translate the shit just to make sure they're not talking shit about me.
But that's also the thing. That's why, like, people like outside of America come to the States for that experience. And that's also another reason why you're getting so much love. You know, like when I go to Belgium and see my family, they're like, oh, what did you bring us from America? You know, they love the American
But we gotta keep
culture.
That. We gotta keep that love. Like, what's happening is, what I like now, that's why I travel so much, right? Is because like I like going to countries and seeing the way the love is different. Like they love each other better than they love us sometimes.
Right.
And that's not all places, because when I go to places, I go away from the tourism side of it and I go to the real.
The heart of the city.
Yeah, and sometimes even when we went last time, I was half guessing when I was in the Dominican Republic, and I was like, Chris, you sure we should go over this way? I was like, I could probably take that guy, that one. I don't know, but like, I'm starting to like find out everything. Like, should I grab a rock? What do I need? Like, so, but then when I got in there and I'm realizing, like, yo, they're just average people, and then the love that's in that community is what needs to be shown to the world, because like we're losing it here.
Right.
Your own neighbor doesn't even like you for no reason other than they don't know you.
Right.
Where over there, they don't know you. They want to know you. They want to know what it's like over here. Well, it's the same thing. We want to know what it's like over there. But when you come over here, 3/4 of the time, it might not be what you expected. Because there's so much animosity, anger, like just stress and just drama for no reason. A lot of it's in the news. Half the shows people watch, everything's drama filled. Like even in the tattoo
violence, anger.
Yeah. That's why I won't have something that is like that. Like I can't.
It's contagious.
It's very contagious, and I've watched it. You watched it. You watched it unfold here, through 3 employees, I think. Maybe more than that. I don't even know. But and it's not like I even hate on the people because I don't. I just know that at that time their growth wasn't where we were. Like their mindset wasn't on the fact of business. They were on the mindset of making money and getting themselves known. Like they wasn't happening. Because before you walked in the door, you wasn't really known like that. And then all of a sudden, you get in here and I start marketing it to get you known because that's what I do. And then you're known by everybody now. Now your clientele's up. Now I ain't shit.
Right.
Well, what I do, I ain't do nothing but support it the whole time. That's all I was trying to do. But I'm trying to teach you business. And the way I got to teach you business is the way your mindset is. I got to beat certain shit out of your head to tell you that's stupid. Listen. Stop being dumb because I did all the shit to fuck up to know what not to do anymore. Like the shit you don't want to do, I don't want to do. Shit I did, I wish I didn't have to do. I wish I would have had a mentor that would have said, don't do that. I didn't have that.
Yeah, because you could have skipped a lot of unnecessary phases.
Yep, and I'll find one now. I'll find a mentor to put me where I'm at now. And that's $1 million money. That's that money that, like, I got to learn how to move it around. Like I don't have, like, when you're revenuing millions of dollars a year, like, that's a whole different ball game. That's like you gotta learn, because what you'll notice is, and what I notice is, where do you do with it? Like where's it going, right? And I know I'm putting everything back into my businesses to just flourish. And the ones that I feel like I can't grow with because I don't maybe know it as much yet, or I'm like trying to see where it's going, or if the people are going in the right direction, I won't put as much into. And you know, I have one right now next door that I want to keep moving forward with, but I got to make sure the direction is going the same way and the mindsets are the same. And until it is, I can't keep investing.
Right.
So, and I love them to death, but it's just how it works.
Yeah.
So, I feel like that's a business thing for all of us. And I tell you that all the time. Like, I've told you a million times. And this is something that I think is big too, is I've never told you had to stay here. And I've never told you I wouldn't help you if you try to move on, right? And I even told you I wouldn't be mad because I don't feel like that's how you should feel with me. And I don't feel like anybody should feel that way. And that's another way of business that people are losing, is losing the fact that why because you decided to do better for yourself, why would I be mad at you for that?
Right, but I think another thing that helps with that is that you know that if I was to leave, I would make sure that everything was good. And that's another reason. Oh, we got to go back to princesses.
Yeah.
That's another reason why I try to make sure Shelby is going to be the best at what she's going to do, because you know, if I were to leave, or if I do have to take off extra time, you know, to hurry up and finish school, that she's here and that you could trust her, you know, and she'd be in a position to do good.
And she has, because with you being in school, you know, when you go back, like, it's an ass whooping when you go back to school. Let's just be real. Like, when you're not in school, I'm like, yes, I can take off a week if I want. I can do whatever I want to do. And then it's like, you got to go back to school. I'm like,
yeah, I would come back.
Now I gotta
paperwork would be all over the place.
Don't
bills.
Don't judge us.
Place would be a mess.
Don't judge us. But that's why when Shelby got here, it was like, yes, because she's organized and she's dedicated to she sees what we see. But that's another one. Like, I know she's not gonna be here for long because she's in the military and her husband is
gonna be stationed
somewhere else.
Yeah.
But what she did by coming here is now she has a job for the rest of her life anywhere in the world. She can take all
of those skills and
they go to Germany. She can go to any fucking country in this world, anywhere in the world, and get a job because she's going to be taught by a established tattoo shop and have knowledge of what she's doing and understanding cleanliness and understanding everything with this industry. So that helps. Yeah. She knows how to run a front desk. She knows how to organize. She knows how to talk to clients. Like, you're teaching her everything to be great for what she's doing.
Yeah, and it took a while. And Larry was just like, she's not ready yet. And I'm like, no, she's almost there, not yet. And I really just wanted her to focus on everything and just take her time with each part of the body, each piercing. Like, I don't want her to be as good as me. I want her to be better than me, you know?
Yep.
Obviously, we have our own flair, our own style, our own personality. So, you know, we're never going to be the same. You can't compare us. But I do want her to be great. Like, I feel like that's the most important thing with having an apprentice. You shouldn't be jealous of their success. You should want them to do as good, if not better than you.
If they do better than you, that pushes you to do better than them.
Mm-hmm.
I say it all the time, and you heard me when I was trained in or apprentice in Mel. I need you to get better because I need you to get better than me. Because if you don't get better than me, we're stagnant.
Right.
Where Gracie's better than me in the aspect of art. Right, she's better than a lot of people in art, and her portraits show. 4 portraits in, she's killing it. You know, so like, she's just making me step my game up, like making me, because I don't have somebody in the shop that I think is better than me in color. I don't. Pete don't like color. You got black and gray with a splash of color. Dom is a lettering guy that loves a little bit of color but don't really care to do it. Mel is definitely not a color person. She loves black and gray, but she can do color if she has to. So I don't have that. Now that I have it, and it's like, what sucks is I gotta retain just as much information as I'm training her, because that's what I'm gonna learn. And then she's leaving in September for school. So it's like, all right.
Oh, you going to art school?
I'm going to Tampa.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So basically, you know, I'm gonna lose her. So that's why I wrote in the message the other day. All right, fuck it, I'll open a shop in Tampa. I am. As long as everybody was serious about that message I sent to everybody, and they want to do it, I'll open one.
Right.
Why not? It is nothing to open one. It's more of like, I can open one, and then, you know, Catherine will love it because she also lived down there.
Miami.
So it's only 2 hours away, so she got far. And then Pete would like it because he's down there. And then we always can have a place. Just pick it up and hang it up.
Who keep calling right now?
Everybody
Has
calls.
to be a telemarketer.
Nah, it's people.
You'd be surprised. A lot of people have been messaging me, still asking, hey,
Yeah.
can I make an appointment to get a piercing? Oh, can I come in today? Like, what? We're not essential.
So, what was I saying? Oh, so what'll be great about that is now when you want to go for vacation, right? It's like, okay,
Right.
we got
not
a place to
only
go.
can we vacation, we can work.
You can work, and then
That's awesome.
2-hour drive to Miami. So it's like you get all this extra. And my next one after that is California.
I saw that.
Yeah, so I'm gonna open up 2 more, one in Florida and one in California, and then I want to find one somewhere. What I want for me is like, you know how Colorado was before Colorado got where it is now?
Yeah.
Like that, where it's like kind of country, but they're like, I want to be able to just go outside my backyard and ride 4-wheelers, dirt bikes, go have fun, hit some woods, do some shit. Like, just I did when I was like a teenager, but I never really got to enjoy it, right? But still not that far from the city, because I gotta have my city life, because I'd go crazy if I didn't get to go do something like social,
Right.
because I have to interact with people. So I just feel like I don't know where I would open my 3rd one or 4th one.
Definitely somewhere where it's not so busy. Because then you'd have one area where you don't really have to compete as much.
And that's the thing is, my clients travel for me a lot. I have clients that travel for me, so like, and my clients will travel for me because they're going to get a price they're not going to beat. You know, for just because they're my client, like especially my older clients, I keep my prices at where they were.
Right, but more than that, there's loyalty, and then there's the love for your work.
Yes.
People don't want to go elsewhere. You know, they want to go to the person they've been getting tattooed for years.
And I just love it. I love the tattoo industry because it's like, no matter what, this is a job that you'll always be able to go somewhere. No matter where you go in the world, you'll be able to tattoo. You'll be able to pierce. Like you'll be able to run a shop because you'll have a resume that states it, and your work will show for itself. You know, like there's always a tattoo shop that always is going to need somebody. The problem is they just have to get it out of their head that they don't need somebody to do that job, because that's where I was for years. Like I always had a front desk person, always.
Yeah, but you would do most of the work.
Yeah, and it sucked. because I'm already trying to stay on top of my family life, tattoo, still get drawings done, and then the bills come in, and then I forget about that electric bill until I get a notice on the door. I'm like, what the hell? And it's not like I ain't got the money. I don't even know why I didn't pay it the first time.
I don't even know how you were doing it before I came, because when I came, he was running the shop. I mean, he had his front desk person, but he was running the shop. He was tattooing. He was piercing. He had the 2 shops. He was just doing so much. So I just really don't see how he was able to do all that and keep everything running. And
because I don't give up on nothing that I set a goal to. I feel like I have to finish that goal. I have to see it through. So I seen shit through to see if it makes sense. You know, and then what I realized was I'm trying to do this all on my own. And I talk about this in the ebook, and this is a big thing to me. It's like a owner of a business always feels like, oh, I can't put the trust in somebody else because if I do, it's not going to be done to my standards. Motherfucker, there's probably going to be done better.
Right.
Because it's done better. Electric bill comes in, it gets paid the day it comes in. It's paid 2 weeks early. So like it's just, I don't worry about it.
Right.
I tell you, grab the check. I don't even ask. Like you don't even really ask anymore. You just grab it and pay it. Like it's just how it should be. Yes. You just bring over the check, sign this. I gotta get you a stamp. But that's where but that little bit of letting go created a whole nother door of opportunity for me to do something else. To focus my energy back onto the tattooing or this, that, and the third. And like that's what I feel like in business people are some small businesses are kind of like holding a little too tight, and I know it when I talk to them. Like I have the guy Nick that did the video, cool fucking dude, I love him to death. He's a cool ass guy, right? He's got a successful lawn care business that he's running, but while we're in the middle of it, he's getting a lot of messages and phone calls that should be directed to a manager. Because if you're established and you're making good money, just bought a house, you got vehicles, you got insurance, you got employees, right? Take your employee, bump up their money, like I did with you. I bumped up your pay a little bit, and your pay just keeps rising. It's gonna keep rising, you know. As we get, you get, right? So he should just be paying somebody a little bit extra money to be the manager, to manage everybody, and then he wouldn't have to worry about the phone calls. He could be a sales manager and an operations manager that handles all the operations. So they're not calling you when the fucking weed eater isn't starting.
Right. Yeah.
Like that is not a phone
important
call.
to delegate.
Yeah.
But like you said, it's hard to let go when you're not sure if you're gonna find the right person. Like, you know, with me, I had just started doing things just because, you know, I love working here. I love you guys. So I started doing things, and you took notice of that, and that's how it kind of got started with me. So it's harder for other people because they don't have that.
But if he's out there in front of them,
right,
every day, you should know.
See, right.
Like as an owner, if you're not paying attention to your people will walk away.
Right.
Like I know everything about everybody in here as much as they allow me to know. You know what I mean? Like, cause I can see it. I know when you're having a bad day, when you're having a good day, when shit's going on. That's why when I opened that door that day and I looked at all y'all, I was like, this is not a conversation. And shut the door. I knew that was a man-hating conversation. You could just feel it, cause I opened the door and I'm a man. I was like, motherfucker, shit, my bad. I'll walk out.
Right.
Like, I feel y'all's energy, and I feel like when you were doing this stuff before I even said anything to you, I knew it a while. I was talking to my wife about it. And she's like, just let her. I was like, I am. But I ain't told her that. She just been doing it. She's like, yeah, but tell her. I was like, I know. And then, you know, my stubbornness, and then finally I did it. But that's why my wife and I have a great relationship, because we push each other.
Right.
We'll challenge each other left and right to figure out the next step, and we do that here, and that's why it's good here, because you are like always like, well, we could do this. Why don't we try this? Well, you know, we always are kind of come up with the next creativity level to start the next thing, because when you say, or anybody comes to me and they're like, oh, let's do this, the first thing I start thinking isn't what you're thinking. What I start thinking is, okay, where can I create payroll from? Where can I create this job? How can I create this into a business? That's why we started that. And once the microblading and eyelash extensions gets to a point where it shows potential, it'll be its own store.
Right.
And then I'll have to have a manager. And then most likely, I don't know if it'd be Cynthia or you though, because it'd probably be more you for the beginning, and then I'd have to have Shelby here, because I would need it to be as organized and ran like I like it. And I don't know if Cynthia understands my way of doing it. just because she's not on that side of the fence.
Yeah.
You know, she doesn't know that side yet, so I wouldn't feel comfortable yet. So it probably would be you running that one, full salary with benefits, and then just Shelby here.
Right.
Just how it would work. And then you still could do yours if you wanted to. But I doubt it. You probably just get people to do it.
Yeah.
Turn that into a school. Because that's what we do here. Like, if you think about it, right? What other tattoo shop you know is doing piercings, tattoos, microblading, and eyelash extensions?
None. Well, some now, but because of us.
Trendsetters.
And the
man.
crazy thing is, this idea came into place, 2 years ago? I was like, yeah, I'm going to go take the little class. And then as soon as I took the class, you made the room. And then we passed it over to other people. And it just grew from there.
Once you show me you're serious about something, especially if you're a part of my business and we're a part of a family that, like how we are a family, if you're a part of my family and you start showing me interest and you start working towards that, why the fuck wouldn't I want to do that with you? Because I want to watch, I want to see it through. I want to see it all the way through. I want to see it grow to what it could be. But that's a mindset of the person that's growing it. Like, that would be your mindset of like, okay, now I got to get there. Where I instantly saw after we did it, like, you were like, fuck this, I'm not making enough money. I'll make more money piercing. Like, this doesn't make sense right now. And then everybody and their fucking mom's doing it out of the house, so it's kind of like, there's no regulations on it, which should be, because it is a chemical that they're putting on your eyes. It's serious as shit. It should be regulated, and it shouldn't be done out of a house. To me, that's just fucking crazy. But shout out to all y'all cheap ass motherfuckers that want to keep paying it, do it. I ain't knocking it. I was there once, I'd do it too. But at the end of the day, as a business owner, I feel like there should be regulations to it, and there's not. So that's why it's kind of like one of them fields where it's cool, but it's not going to do what you need it to. Same thing with microblading. Microblading is great. Should be regulated. It shouldn't be in every industry. That ink and that stuff goes in skin should not be in a nail salon. And I hate to get, I don't want to be ignorant towards a nail salon and feel like I'm coming at them, but the chemicals in the nail salon with all that acetone shit in the air and all that, you know how many infections and how much stuff can happen? Cross-contamination and just nastiness. It shouldn't happen. It shouldn't be done like that. You can't tattoo in a hair salon, so why should it be done in a hair salon?
Right.
Not saying anything about hair salons. I'm not saying you can't separate a room and make a room designated, but it should be a closed-in room. There should be regulations that should be done to help this industry not get overloaded with a bunch of people with bad reviews when people really want this.
Right.
So, business-wise, like, I look at everything when I think of it. So that's where we'll come into play as standards. We'll have higher standards. We'll have moral. We'll have family values. We'll have more. You can see it, like, we're building it. I just ordered her the new machines that actually are digital. It's a tattoo machine, and we're going to teach her how to tattoo the eyebrows. But it also is a screen, and you can take a picture of them, and it'll give you a digital printout.
Oh, wow.
It's dope. It's so crazy.
That's so cool.
It's new, too. It's like, I'm trying to stay on the trends of it, but I don't know it. So I'm going to her, like, hey, what do you think of this? She's like, yeah. So I ordered it. So we'll see. And then what she can do, and now what we're doing with her is, now that she's got some time in it, she's learned. Now we're doing teaching. Now she's going to get an apprentice, and she might get a couple. But then what we're doing is we're creating a school, right? And we're creating employees. Now we have somewhere to open a business. And if they're taught by you with a certain standard, then now we're on the road to the next step.
Right. And that was just an idea that we had 2 years ago, and now it's already information. Yeah,
and it just took money to do. And I tried it with Jamie, you know, and God, I wish it would have worked out. It didn't, you know. Shout out to her. I still love her. I ain't got no hate for her. But it just didn't work. So you got trials and tribulations. You just can't be afraid to use it. You can't. I speak about this a lot, but you can't be afraid to take the step. Like, you can't be afraid to do it. Like, I've given up a lot of things to try things to see if it worked. I've lost a lot of money doing it, and I've made a lot of money doing it. So you just can't be afraid to go either way. You gotta try.
Yeah, some people are afraid to fail, so they don't give it their all.
Shoot your shot. Shoot your shot. But shoot it right.
Right.
Same
you might
thing.
Miss, but at least you shot it.
And it's the same thing with a girl and a guy, like relationships and all. Like, a dude hit a girl up on Instagram and say some shit. If you shoot your shot, shoot it with respect. You got a better shot than, hey, let me eat your asshole. Like, come on, man. I seen a girl post that the other day. She posted it. She's like, well, that's just straight to the point. And it said, I want to eat your ass and eat your pussy at the same time. I'm like, motherfuckers are sending that shit? Like, that's real life?
You'd be surprised.
I can understand. I really do believe the dick pics because I think every fucking woman in this world be getting dick pics. Like, sorry girls, sorry women, I'm not one of them, so don't worry about it. I ain't that guy. So, but it is fucked up, like, the inappropriateness, right? So, shooting your shot in all aspects of life should be, like, genuine. Do it the right way, not the wrong way. Mm-hmm. If you found, like, and this is just in a younger mindset, this is for the younger group. If they hit you up on, like, a level of disrespect, right? Or even a level of, like, yo, shorty, let me take you out something and get it, you know what I mean? On, like, a fuck you kind of attitude, like, do you really believe that that would be the woman you want to spend the rest of your life with?
Right.
No, man. Do you think that she wants the guy that's going to know that if she texts her that, 9 times out of 10, 20 other motherfuckers got that same text message?
Right.
So, like, shoot it in a proper way. Like, whatever happened to going to lunch?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's go get some coffee in the morning or something. Like, hit them with some educational stuff. Like, do something that just makes more sense. Yeah. And that's what I am protecting Gracie from, and that's what I was trying to protect Mel from. I didn't really have to do it with you because you still got that hood in you. You got that. You got that. I wish a motherfucker would attitude. Like, so I knew. So I know you're a little bit more. Yeah, but I know you're a little bit more. You're raised different, you know.
Yeah.
Where they're not raised like you were, so they don't understand the shit you seen they didn't see. So it was different. And now Mel, she's like a pit bull. I feel bad for guys. Cause I be
telling her, like, you gotta be more aggressive with it, and she definitely has. Like, when she first started here, the guys was walking all over her a little bit, and I kept telling her, I said, don't let them walk all over you. Tell them no, stand up for yourself, and she did.
That's because in this industry, like, now that you opened up a new platform, you've opened up something to where now now this guy that's been waiting to hit that shot now has an opportunity because he can act like he's writing you about a tattoo, knowing damn well he don't want that tattoo.
Right.
And why, guys? Why do you feel like it's okay to just be like, oh, I want a tattoo. What's your phone number? Motherfucker, that is a key sign saying that you don't really care about tattoo. Why you need the phone number? That
pisses me off because people do that all the time for piercings. Like, oh, how much for this? And then they'll skip that and then go straight to so can I get to know you? Like, no, that's disrespectful. And two, you're getting blocked because I'm about my business. When you come to me on my business page or you come to me about business, stay on the business aspect. Yep. Don't hit me up on another wave.
I like this.
Because you're going to get drowned.
Yeah. But that's real. That's real shit. And like, when I've seen some messages, guys, and just so y'all know, y'all little perverted fuckers, I'll be seeing shit because they show it to me. And it makes me feel bad because I'm not going to lie, I was a perverted dude at one time. Like, I did a lot of dumb shit, right? And it was because I was still in the mindset of a kid. I was still in the mindset of not understanding what it takes to have a real woman and what you want in a real woman. Like, you want to drive, if you see that in somebody, then why the hell would you treat them in a different way? Mm-hmm. They're equal as you are. If anything, I'm going to show you what I've worked before I even approach you on that level. You're going to want to know me because I'm going to want to know you. If a woman's going to want to see what that man's about, if she sees he's driven and has something doing for himself, he's doing great. Oh, is he a good guy or is he like the rest of them? And it's the same thing a man thinks, like, oh, is this a woman that I can fuck or is this a woman I can marry?
Right.
It's the same thing. So, like, that's where I feel like a lot of today's generation, because of social media, made it a lot harder.
Especially if you're popping, you got the followers, you're well known, and people are always going to try to get something from you, whether it's physical, mental, spiritual. So you just gotta keep your mindset right, keep your energy right, and just surround yourself with good people. I say this all the time.
Yeah, that's good shit. That's why I keep my followers down. I literally, you know me, I wasn't really a social media person for a long time, but then when I realized this stuff was starting to happen, I had to do something because it's like, I didn't need the followers for the money because I got the money. So it wasn't over money for followers. This is more for like building my team up and showing y'all who y'all really are. Like now they're getting to know who you guys are and see that y'all are real people, real life problems, but moving forward, keep moving and doing your thing and enjoying life. Because at the end of the day, you got to enjoy your life. You got to enjoy it. You got to enjoy it. Even with the stress coming, it's a life lesson. Even with what you're going through with the house, you're so hyped, got the approval, you know, you're moving in all the right directions, even though I'm busy as shit and I couldn't do half the shit you kept asking me to do, or I'd forget, you know, that's just me, I'm blessed. What, you still made everything happen that you needed to happen, right? So that's really why I put you on my accounts. I was like, go ahead. That's why I paid for it all. I was like, I felt bad. I was like, here, just go. Go see my accountants. They'll take care of you. Because I was like, yeah,
you definitely put me onto the accountant wave. I'm definitely always probably going to use an accountant.
Man, that's the smartest thing you could ever do.
At least for 1099.
Yeah, and that's what I said. Like, until you get to a level of making money where it's like you need to have that accountant, even as a 1099, you need an accountant, right, to give you the knowledge of what you didn't know.
Yeah.
That's why I said I'm dangerous, because I can give you a whole bunch of shit. And what I say by that is, I got numbers. I'm going to give you accountant numbers, lawyer numbers, my financial advisor, my bookkeeper, who you need.
Right. The thing, and it was expensive, and I didn't want to do it, but you got to spend money to make money. Like when, you know, love Larry. He's the best. He paid for me to go see the accountant, and it was expensive. He paid, and I got a lot back, and that just made me see, like, okay, you know, next time when it's time for me to go see the accountant, I'm ready. I'm not going to be afraid to spend that money, because I know I'm going to get it back 10 times.
Yeah, you get it 10 times fold. Like before, and I had accountants before this that I thought were good because they were rated #1 in the state. And then come find out they're not, because they're more rated #1 because they're bigger companies. When you're not a big company with like 30, 40, 50 employees or whatever, they don't care. They want you to already have the full understanding of business and how it works, financials and all that, right? So all they can do is just put numbers into place and put it together and throw it out there. Where everybody that comes with me has no knowledge of business, and I don't have time to teach all of that part in the accountant side of it, but I have an accountant that can do it, and I'm willing to give that information and help you go to that accountant and make sure it's right. So that's why I picked them, and ever since I did that, literally, I've gotten money back. I've never gotten money back, ever. I've always paid taxes, always, and now I never pay taxes. I'm always getting money back.
Right.
Like, you know how good of a feeling that is to get that? That's hard. So like, yeah, when I tell you having an accountant is a must, you're a fool if you don't, if you're in business. And if you think you can do it yourself and you want to get on tax, what's it called? TurboTax, keep it going. Go ahead, you got that. You're going to realize real quick. Or H&R Block. Love H&R Block's idea, concepts and all. They do great. They bring us a lot of money. Shout out to H&R Block. But for as a business side of things, I can't have H&R Block. I need a company I can call every day. I can call Norma, I can call Glenna, and be like, hey, I need you. I get on their nerves. I call them so much. Because if I'm ready to make a move, I need to know. Okay.
Is this the right move?
Is this the right move financially? Do you think that I'll be all right? Can I recover from this? Looking back at my numbers, I see, okay, I was up in the green, so right now I'm stagnant. This is my stagnant time. This is the time that I need to learn to make money. So how I do it is, and this is just me, and I don't care if anybody does it a different way, because it's just how I do it. I look at my numbers and I look at, like, if last year I was down, right, or I was up in the green, but this year I'm not, and then next year I look at it and I'm back down again. To me, that means 2 years in a row. For some reason, July has been a rough, like, not a rough time, but it's slowed. Like, obviously we have tax season, so you know it goes like this. And then June, July, like, school comes out, we hit a wave because of graduation presents. Like, that's more in your realm. That's more where you're at with the Pearson side, because in the Pearson side, come June, it's crazy, because all the graduations and all the, if you pass, you can get your belly button pierced. You know, all that shit comes. So all that money comes, and I see that. And then July will hit like this little spot where it's like 3 weeks, consistently 3 weeks. So I'm working on them 3 weeks to figure out what I can run for ads. That's why when you're like, oh, what ads do I run? I don't know, do you? Because I don't know that part yet. And once I see the numbers, I can tell you, okay, last year. That's why when I come to you and I'll be like, oh, you should run this ad again. I looked at the numbers and this is what hit. Like, if I see a spike, a double spike, I'm like, fuck, she did something right. And I'll look back at what she posted. I'm like, all right, she did this, let's do that, let's do that, let's do that. Like, that's what it takes to grow. And that's why we're doing great, is because it's not all on me. And that's where it goes back to not being the owner, not being in charge of everything. And communications with all of us. We're all trying to give in ideas.
Yeah, and then on top of that, we like to integrate. Sometimes, people say, oh, like, you know, can you do something for my clientele? Or even Cynthia, she was like, oh, if I do this giveaway, can I do something like where I give away piercing? I'm like, yeah, sure, why not? Like, we all like to see each other grow and succeed, and that's where it comes from.
Pete, the reason why I posted what I posted today about the opening, Pete sent that to me. He's like, what do you think about this?
That's so funny. I was gonna ask you who made this post.
No, I put the little emojis in there though.
Oh, okay. You put the little emojis.
I was gonna let somebody else do it, but I put the finger on it because Pete was like, make sure they understand that they have to come by themselves. So I pointed the finger like, look, read, bitch. Mm-hmm. I'm not redoing this whole thing right now because I'm too busy. But I'm gonna send y'all what I got, and then I was on the phone today, and the hardest part is trying to get the information out to people, right? So I'm on this every day. Like, I literally am working with everybody, Board of Health and all, trying to figure out how to move forward, right? And it's not easy because, let me break it down to you the best way I can. President and the governor, right? It has to come from the White House first before they can even, because what they worry about is the backlash of what can happen. Because say Carney was like, fuck it, open up. Everybody just open up. And then Donald Trump sees a spike in numbers, he's going to come in this bitch and shut us all down. And is that what we want? No, because Delaware will go into bankruptcy. And then they got a problem. Carney's just trying to keep a financial budget together. And imagine how hard that is when you got a state employees where you're already underpaid. You don't even have enough employees for the state ever. Jobs are just like you have 100 freaking construction Del-Dot guys out here, but 3 people running the budget. Like, what the fuck?
Right.
You need more budgeting. You need more of like that stuff, right? So when you don't have it, and now you got all this money being dispersed to you, and they're trying to figure out how to make it work and who's being affected by it. When they first put the plan together, they didn't think about, oh, we're not going to be able to give all these people their money. We just don't know when it's going to happen. They expected it to happen faster, but obviously when it's a human being doing something, the state has human beings working for us that might only been able, they still have to run the state, so the budget still has to work for the regular state job stuff that's going on, and now you got this whole nother budget, so now you got to bring in financial advisors and bookkeepers and accountants and shit that can help, that they're paying them to do. So it's just a lot of wheelhouse rolling around into a circle, and they're just trying to figure it all out. Mm-hmm. And eventually it'll line up. So that's what stage 2 is about, lining up the next steps, right? So we'll be in the next step of phase 2. That's just we will be, because I gotta say in this, and if I put my foot forward, trust me, I'll make some shit happen, because I'm very aggressive, and when I want something done, something's gonna happen. Right. Because there's no way that we can't be, because the barbershops are gonna be open, the salons are gonna be open. It's the same fucking thing. We just have to abide by the rules. Now I understand if we don't abide by the rules, we can be shut down. I understand that, and that's what needs to be understood by all tattoo shops is, listen, you can hate the fact that we have to do it, because everybody's going to hate it. They're going to get annoying. They're going to be fucking, the masks are going to drive us crazy, right? But at the end of the day, it's putting food on the plate for your family.
Right. So going back to what you said about barber shops and nail salons and all that being open. So you know how, we work in a tattoo shop. We're part of a specific group. I've seen a post that said, hey, they're opening nail salons, barbershops, etc. Don't go out until you see them opening up a golf courses and tennis courts and stuff like that, because it reaches a certain clientele. What do you think about that?
See, my thing is I don't understand why golf courses are closed now, to be honest with you. You can keep your distance. Golf courses are open, wide open. Maybe just like, okay, if you got a person that's starting on par 1, wait till they get to wherever they got like enough holes ahead to put the next person, to where they don't really align with each other, and don't let more than 2 people at a time or something. Like, right. Figure it out. Like, there's a way to figure it out, just like there's a way for us to figure out how to open up, right? There's a way. But what has to happen is, if you're that passionate about it and you want it to happen, then put your fucking knowledge to work. Mm-hmm. Reach out to the right people. Reach out to governor. Reach out to whatever. I don't know who runs. See, we're ran by the Board of Health, right? So I know who I need to contact. But as far as like golf courses and shit like that, I don't even know if they're regulated by somebody, right? So I don't know how that would work. But as far as I feel, I don't really care. Like,
right. I think the backlash from that was people were trying to say that, oh, you know, the group that we're a part of, they're going to try to test it out on us and let us get sick while you know, normally people that have club memberships or whatever are part of a higher group.
Well, that's not what I feel like. I feel like what it's about is they've realized you've shut down barbershops, nail salons, and all this shit, right? They're businesses. But what they are not businesses that were paying themselves W-2s so they don't get unemployment. So now you're trying to get the 1099 employees unemployment, and you're realizing this is hard as hell, and you're not figuring it out. So this is the next best step. Like, let's just get them back in there so that way we can just cut this, let them get back to work, and then it'll kind of like take away from a riot that could happen. Because realistically, there's a lot of hair salons, barbershops, nail salons, tattoo shops. There's a lot of non-essentials that are snapping right now on Facebook and Instagram. Like, it's just unbelievable. I mean, people are stressed out. People are like debating on a lot of things that they shouldn't even be debating on, versus being killing themselves, being losing their place, being robbing somebody because they got to pay for food. Like, it is a thing. It's a real thing. But it's the same thing that happened in 9/11, same thing that happened in 2008, right? We've been through this. Well, I've been through this. You haven't been through this yet, right? So it's a little different where I know the outcome plays the same. No matter what, right? At the end of the day, this is how I look at it, and this is why I probably don't give a fuck as much. I'll claim bankruptcy like a motherfucker and keep it start right back over. If I had to, I know I don't have to though. But mentality-wise, you have to realize life still goes on. No matter what is about to happen with you, even if you lose your house, you're still good, right? There's food drives out here. You might have to sit 2 hours in a line. If you don't have gas, reach out to a friend. Reach out to somebody. There's churches. There's Bank of America. There's somebody, Food Bank of America, or whatever they're called. There's somebody that you can reach out to that can help you in a way if they know truly you cannot get out or you cannot do this, right? So like, it's just, you have to put the due diligence in. You have to put in the work. There's a lot of messages that might have to get put out. You might put out 300 emails and get one response, and it could be the last email you sent out. But it's like, if you stop trying, you give up.
Right.
And where how I look at life is like this, right? So every business I own right now is a non-essential. Meaning my ass ain't collecting jack from what I'm used to getting.
Right.
Only good part about that is I've not collected money for me personally, in years. So I don't really feel the effect of it, right? What I see though is I see my savings account going down.
Same.
So I'm like, all right, now like, if we're not open by July, then I'm gonna be like, okay, that's 4 months of no money. Now you're gonna have to do something, because I like spending money still. I'm still remodeling my mom's house. I'm still building my kitchen outside of my house. Like, I still got things getting done. Like, and you're not stopping my process because you're not allowing me to open, because that's not how it works. I'll pack up my shit and go to a state that's open and go work at a shop until then. Like, I'll figure out something, right? Because that's just who I am. I'm a grinder. I'm going to get mine just like everybody else. The only difference is I've saved enough to where I don't have to do that yet. I'm not leaving my family unless I have to.
Right.
So what I would say to people is, on the side of, do you think it's a conspiracy? I don't really get into the conspiracy theories. I don't, because I can rebuttal that in a way of saying they're not doing it for the reason of they're worried about the rich getting sick. Because to be honest with you, the rich can get sick just like we can, just by walking by us. So really, I don't think it's a trial study. I think what can happen though is, if it's not done right, we can get shut down.
Yeah.
If people don't follow the rules, even though they're dumb, even though you're not going to want to do them, right? Even though you think, like, whatever your opinion is on this, your opinion doesn't pay your bills, right? We're the land of the free because of the brave, right? Is what is the saying, right? And think about it like this: we're a land of the free only if we listen, because we do have a lot of freedom. When this is all said and done and we go back to normal, what that just helps you realize is everything can be taken away because you decide not to follow a law. You decide not to follow a rule, right? Where that's where martial law comes into play, and it could be happening any day of the week right now.
Right.
Because people don't listen. So if we just listen to what they say to do, even though we don't want to do it, there's no fighting it. No matter how you look at it, you can protest out here for days. It's not going to change the situation. Because the minute Cardi opens up the door, who you going to protest against when the government shuts us down?
Right.
Not the governor.
So going on that, I feel like, politics is always a touchy subject.
Hell
But
yeah,
I'm putting a lot of blame on our president because, when the coronavirus first, arrived, and it was, mainly just in China, he thought it was a joke. It's a Chinese virus. And then, when it came to the States, it's still a joke, it's not that serious. We don't need this, we don't need that. And now look at the pandemic that we're in,
But numbers weren't out either. And I feel like this is where I rebuttal that. And I don't really care because politics isn't my thing.
And that generation, they're so lucky that they don't really have to worry about what's going on. Like me, I'm stressed every day because, I live at home. Well, I moved out, but was living at home with a sick father, who's on dialysis, who doesn't have functioning kidneys. So any little, sickness would literally kill him.
I actually was talking about that the other day too.
It's just very scary that, I have to worry about those things. He's fine, but literally every day I'm always asking him, how are you feeling? Do you have any symptoms?
Because he's on a breathing machine, right?
No, but every other day he has to go to dialysis. They hook him up to a machine that filters his blood, and you're on there for 6 hours a day, 4 to 6 hours,
and it's drained, right?
It's very draining. He's always sick, and it's just very scary. And then I have a nephew who's one, so I'm just always worried about them. Yeah. And the kids, the people that are a little bit younger than me, I'm only 23, don't have to worry about those things, or they aren't worried about those things.
Oh, they're not. And to be honest with you, it's not just the younger generation though. It's not. It's a little bit of everybody because. Yeah. I went into Walmart, and I don't go into Walmart. Not right now. I don't go into Walmart. And I went there because Gracie was going through a little something, and I wanted to get her a little surprise to try to cheer her up. And I went in there, and there's a 6 foot distance, right? And I'm not the type of person to really say much, but when I say something, it's usually, I'm very blunt. So this guy's dick on my ass damn near. Why are you so close to me?
Yeah.
If you don't back up, I'm going to punch you in your mouth. Because I asked you to back up twice. Now, you're just being ignorant. I'm a war veteran. Well, you about to get a war ass whooping. Back the fuck up. Man, I'm trying to go home. I got a mom that's sick. Like your dad, my mom can't walk from here to the damn door without being out of breath. My mom gave me her treadmill. She's like, I got to move this. I can't take it. It won't go lower than 0.5, and I can't walk faster than 0.5 right now because she's trying to get her breathing right. So her chances of her catching something is real serious. You know what I mean? So I understand where you're coming from. That's why I get so mad at stuff like that. There's not much we can do about it, but I don't want to feel like I'm the reason why.
Right, there's not much, but the little things that we do know we can do. Yeah. Wearing our masks when we go out in public, washing our hands, using hand sanitizer, all of those things are very important.
And it sucks that we have to, but hey.
Honestly, the crazy thing is, I'm a little bit of a germaphobe. I don't know if you ever see me, when we go in restaurants, I put my silverware in hot water. I'm wiping things down. I keep bottles of hand sanitizer. So I was already kind of used to this. So I just feel like these are just the basic things that society should have already been on,
It's
when
just the mask part.
Right. That's when we were in school, elementary, how everybody learned about Typhoid Mary. Everybody got sick because she wasn't washing her hands, and now look at us in this generation. It's like Typhoid Mary times 100. So
yeah. That's true.
It's just crazy.
So how's everything else with you off of this pandemic situation? Because I feel like that's just...
It's good. Just really trying to.
Are you
get
still
to
in a
know
relationship
myself.
or no? Not anymore. No.
Nope.
My boy gone.
Yep.
Oh shit! Was that conversation? Was that that? Was that part of it? Was it that long ago when I wasn't paying attention?
No. I think it was during the virus.
Okay.
Coronavirus.
Okay. That was towards Mel. I know Mel was going through something with her, jealousy issues.
Yeah. No. I ended that situation because the energy levels just didn't match. You know, I'm young and vibrant, and I want what I want. So, you know, when I don't get what I want, it's just...
He's older.
Yeah.
You know, now he's down here working. He got a job down here.
Oh, yeah?
Dover High.
Yeah.
Dover High.
Yep.
Wait, can you be solid and come this for me? I'm just trying to not
Jesus, anything else crazy? Anything at all? Can we help you with anything else today?
But I am thinking about going into a new business venture with one of my friends. We're going to start making wigs.
Yeah.
Short, long, braided, twist, all types.
That's what that Topaz chick does.
Yeah, it's a lot of money. You know, people are always asking me like, "Oh my God, who does your hair? Oh my God, this, that." You know me. I just do it. Sometimes I come in here and I'm not doing anything, I'll sew one up, glue one up. So you know, it's a lot of money in that. Yeah,
that's where like, actually, it's funny that you say that because that's what one of the businesses I'm opening is one of them, and that's good. That's good money and shit. Ain't no wrong with it.
Yeah, and it's gonna be more of a side hustle. Yeah. I don't want to like make it so business oriented. I want it to do it like on my free time, make a whole bunch of them, then sell them. In bulk.
Sell them on Amazon, eBay, shit like that, man. Like, listen, use the platforms that are built around you to where it doesn't cost you anything. Like, obviously, eBay's gonna charge you what, 10%? I think it is. Yeah. What do they charge? 10%. Yeah. So like. So as long as you know your markup is good enough to where 10% isn't a thing, then you're good, right? And then include shipping.
The thing is, I would probably just start small, like just the people around my area, small. And then Delaware. No, but without even having to like put it online. And I think I would already have the clientele.
Yeah, then do it. See, get your community involved, see how it works. I mean, we can make that a thing. Shit, I got a whole other area I can build for you. We'll get you a wig. I gotta get a bigger studio.
Larry been itching to build stuff.
No,
He's always itching to build stuff.
That's because I like building businesses. I like building people up. If somebody got a mindset and it's in the right direction and it's something that can prosper, and you know the person is driven, why wouldn't you?
Right.
Right? It doesn't make sense not to. It's just I have to see it. I have to see the community get involved. Because you're not going to, even if you get involved and you start making money, you wouldn't have enough money to open something up.
Yeah.
It's expensive to open doors.
Another thing with this coronavirus, I really wanted to start getting more involved in philanthropy work. And I was already talking to Shelby about doing drives. Like, I really wanted to do something for the homeless, like, you know, where people bring in clothing, we'll do like piercing, canned goods, and stuff like that. And of course, this would have to happen. Like, I had all these things in the works.
Well, what I would say to that is, I actually love that idea. You know, I'm always about giving. So, put a plan together.
Yeah, well, I already have one.
All right, well, we'll talk about that off of camera because I don't want somebody trying to take that from you, because that's just. And once they see it happening, then they can involve themselves. But you can talk about a little bit about it. Tell them about what you're thinking.
Well, like I said, I just want, because I already have a lot of clients, especially people that come in for like my little freebies and stuff like that. So yeah, you would just bring in clothing or food, and you'd either get a discount or free piercing, and then that would go towards somebody in need. I really wanted to help like a lot of people, so my goal is to have like boxes of clothing, and then I also wanted to do something to where like I gave makeovers to women in need, just something subtle, light, shows them how to like make themselves look presentable.
So most of this is when we open back up.
Right.
Yeah.
Like make themselves look presentable. That way, you know, even if you are homeless, you can, you know, do something like throw on something nice and go into different areas and do job interviews, because most of the time people don't want to hire somebody that looks, you know, kind of disheveled or disgusting. So
let's make some flyers. Like, do me a favor, give me all what you just said in wording, and like some wording. You don't have to splash it all up or anything. I got somebody that can do that, and he can turn that into something for you as a flyer, so we can make that a flyer and actually put it out. And then, because I have a nonprofit organization, we can go right through it, so that way people see that we're not, because if we go through a nonprofit organization, now you can go to Walmart, now you can go to like Sam's Club and get
those
food.
People to donate money into,
because it's a nonprofit, but it has to be they're not doing it. And I have a nonprofit organization.
Yeah, I'm not trying to do this to make any type of profit. So I just want to help.
That's why I run most of my stuff through there, because it's the cleanest money you'll ever have in your life, because you can't touch it. There's nothing I can do with that money. If I touch that money, man, that's
The IRS gonna come knocking.
And I'm worried about going to jail. That's the type of shit I'm worried about. So, where like in a small business, you're used to taking money from the business for your own personal and then calling it a tax write-off. In nonprofit, you don't do that.
Mm-hmm.
That's just not there. That's why you have people. That's why you have presidents, CEOs, COOs. Like the nonprofit is built completely all the way around, and my wife runs it. So, you know, it will.
You remember how we were talking about getting into
You're
laser removal?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember. But I also think that would be another great idea. I know it's expensive.
I can't. I tried.
Oh man.
I have to. Well, it can happen. I tried this years ago. I bet on that wave. I want to so bad over. I have a tattoo removal here, right? But in the state of Delaware, you have to have a PhD.
Really?
Yep.
You remember we went to Wildwood and they had like people doing
in
it
a van.
production.
Yeah. And it's like a simple machine, and it's nothing to it. And I literally, trust me, and I'm still in the debates of that. And trust me, I will get as far as I can get. But it's a new board of health director that we have, you know, and on our side, right? And I don't know him yet. I know he came from Wilmington. I know that they said he's really by the book, stickler kind of guy, but he's also willing to work, you know, learn new things. So I feel like that'll help. I've been screaming about digital formats for release forms forever, but when Dana was in, she was like, just understand if you do this and we come in here and she's scared.
We gotta have backlogs.
Remember,
backlogs
you remember?
Backlogs.
I
remember.
So I've been fighting for this industry to get it to where it should be easier on the back end side. Because if it was digital release forms, you see them whenever you want.
Mm-hmm.
You can see that the IDs match. You can see whatever. And then
but people will take that as, oh, I don't have to bring in my license, or oh, I don't have to bring in my ID.
Well, if you brought your license in, your license is on file. I don't need
But
that.
they should still, bring it every time because
100%.
Yeah, we can look at that photo and look at that person, but people change their looks all the time. It's very easy to look like somebody else.
Oh, 100%. And I feel like it's good, and I know the digital part of it, like the digital format for the release forms is what we needed. And then what I feel like next is I would love to get that laser release. I would love. And I'm still working with a PA right now that is willing to do.
I mean, see what else besides the PhD, because I don't think I can go back to school for that long, but a couple more years I can do. If they want me to get a master's, I could probably do that.
See, the master's part I can get because Amanda's almost all the way there, and then I can use my mom if I needed to because she's got her master's. So I have people where I can use for a master's.
Or even if they want us to take medical classes, you already know I wanted to do that to get into esthetician work. So
yeah, see, that's where I feel like that's what I want them to tell me is like, what is it besides the PhD? Because why did you make that a law? Like, why is that a rule? Other than the fact that you think it's a surgical procedure, but so is a tattoo.
Right.
We're going a second layer of skin. We're going in the skin with a needle.
So are, dermals,
Piercings.
even though we're not allowed to do them here, dermals are considered surgical procedures. Really, it's surface piercings.
Yeah.
Almost any type.
It's all a surgical procedure. So, with that being said,
surgical jewelry.
well, that's the stuff that I'm fighting for in this industry in Delaware. But worldwide, that's not a big thing because in some states it's allowed.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of states it's actually allowed. Delaware's just one of them that's not yet. And it's really just because they don't know yet. You have to figure this book was written years ago. The book's still written the same way. They haven't really changed it much. They've changed laws but not put them on the book. Like you go online and some of the laws that have changed have not been put online yet because they're still kind of behind the times. So as soon as they can catch up, then we can catch up. But we're always going to be behind the times because we're a smaller state ran by a smaller group of people.
Especially people that really don't know much about this enterprise.
If Delaware was the size of Florida, we wouldn't have that issue. If Delaware was the size of PA, we wouldn't have this issue. But because it's a smaller state, they're so worried about everything else. But if you go around the world and look at tattoo industries, show me the ones where people were sued for doing laser removal. I don't know none. Show me where tattoo shops are being sued. I haven't really seen many at all. Hell, most of them you can't. It's in the release form.
Exactly.
So, I mean, there's a lot of stipulations that could be handle them differently. That's a whole nother level, though. That's a whole nother broad spectrum. See, I like bringing you on here because we always are talking like
deep.
We always get into growth, like what's next, how to get next, and that's what it takes. It takes people like that to get there, and that's where we're always going to be. That's why you're my.
Road dog.
You know it. We always gonna be there. God, I just miss it. I want everybody back. I need everybody back. I need to shit talking.
We do need to get together and do one large podcast. I think that'd be great.
That's what I said the other day. Like what I texted the other day, I said I want to do a live, but I want to bring all of y'all on the live.
We should do one with just all the girls, one with all the guys, and then one with everybody. I think that'd be really dope.
You put Mel and freaking Pete together,
oh
we're in
God.
trouble. We're in trouble. That might have to be a please don't put your kids near the computer. Turn the volume down. Put your headphones in, because there's gonna be a whole lot of name calling.
Yep.
They better quit messing with me before I start screenshotting these text messages and putting them on social media.
We should put some of our group chats on.
People don't even realize
because it's so funny.
Oh, it's hilarious.
Literally, you'll blink, and then there'll be like 50 messages that you didn't read.
Yeah, you gotta go back and you try to start where you left off and then just follow it. Like, oh shit, this is crazy.
I'm always late to the party. I had to mute the text messages because there were so many.
Well, I get caught up right from the door. It's like, okay, I get laughing. The next thing you know, I gotta stop for a minute. Like, okay, man, you were doing something. Put the phone down for a minute, then come back to it. And I talk about these text messages on almost, I think, every podcast, because literally I'll be getting text messages right before it and right after. And it's just, that's why I want everybody back, is because of that energy that's in the messages.
I think that's great because it keeps us connected. You know, if it wasn't for that, I would probably feel like we were strangers when we came back. Not really, but for the first couple of days, it'd be a little bit weird.
Yeah, 100%.
Even walking, this is my first time back in the shop since we closed due to the pandemic, and it just felt so weird. Like the atmosphere was weird.
It's still weird. And even I'm here every day. I'm here every day, and I'm still, when I walk in here, I'm just like, the energy's not where it is. And then, unless I bring one of you guys in, then I get the energy back, right? So, like, today I'll feel good about being here all day, because I'm like, I got a little bit of Alicia energy.
Yeah.
Like, my boo-boo was here today. She took care of me. Because, like, you always are there for me, and that's just something that I'm grateful for.
We're always there for each other.
Yeah. And I'm always going to be. And I don't even have to prove it. I know what I'll do. I mean, I showed you. So,
Yeah, I had posted on my Instagram because Larry sent all of us $50 because he just missed it. So he just sent us all $50 just because. Yeah. And I had posted that on my Instagram, and then some stupid boy said something about me staying late at the shop, and it took me a while to get what he was saying, but he was trying to say like, oh, you sent it out because of favors.
Oh yeah, okay.
But it's never like that.
See, that's the thing, is I wouldn't even acknowledge that person anyway.
I did, but I thought it was a little bit funny. It was funny.
And then if you would look, I sent it to everybody. So what is Pete giving me favors?
Right.
Shit, Pete, sorry. I put you out there, buddy.
Right.
You good at what you do. Like, I don't know. I don't do it for no damn favors.
Oh my God.
I'm not paying for pussy. Let's get that straight. So, goodness gracious, I'll tell you. That's just hatred. That's somebody hating on somebody for no other reason that they don't know.
Jealousy, attention.
They don't know.
Well, it really was attention seeking. I was kind of ignoring that person.
What happened was, there was a debt owed to me, and I got the money, and I was like, all right, well, I don't really need it. Somebody gave me a tip. It was more of like they knew they owed me, but they tipped me. So he's like, threw me a tip. So I was like, well, I'm all right. I don't really need the money. I don't know how anybody is at the shop financially, so let me just throw them a couple bucks.
Right. So
I took the whole $400 and split it amongst us all. We all got $50.
The crazy thing, and it was such a blessing because I had to do my rental application that day, and it was $50, and you literally sent it to me that same day. And I was complaining to my friend, I'm like, oh my God, I don't want to spend this $50, and she was like, wow, you're so lucky, you just got $50 that you didn't have to spend. So. Small blessings, small rewards.
Yeah, but it all happens so crazily. Like, so I'm trying to figure out like a logo, right? Like, not a logo, but like the billionaire mindset, right? So I'm like, all right, well, we're working with this kid, younger guy, doing some work, and like his mindset, for one, the price he gave me when he first said something to the price he said secondly was just like, wow, what happened? Where did we disconnect here? So I kind of was lost there. But then I'm like, he's trying to add things in and make it way more complex. I wanted it simple and basic to the point. So I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Let's do a signature style. He literally went on defont.com and just copied a whole bunch of fonts off of defont.com and was like, here. No, you're not going to want it.
Right.
So I hit
You
Dom.
could do that.
I could do that.
I could do that.
So
You
I
said
hit-
to do that.
I hit Dom up. I was like, Dom, you know what? I need you to, can you do me a signature style for Billionaire Mindset? He goes, no bullshit, says, dude, I literally was just thinking about asking you that. I sent it to Win. I was like, I screenshot. I was like, how crazy is this? I was like, it's meant to be. So he's doing one for me right now. Because I don't want to do my signature because my signature is more of like, not for the Billionaire Mindset, that's for something else. So I'll save that one. And I'll be real with you, if I wrote Billionaire Mindset out in cursive, it's going to look like shit. So I just need somebody that can do it. So I know Dom can.
I know. I'm excited to see him do my body mod because I still
Yeah,
don't
you asked
have my
him too.
logo. So I'm excited to see that. He's great. So I'm really excited.
And see, simple is better. Like, see, I went with, the funny part is what a lot of people don't know about Artistic Editions logo is, that's my first machine I ever had. As a professional tattoo artist, that was the very first machine I bought. It's a Spalding and Rogers, old machine. Half this generation don't even know who Spalding Rogers is. And all I did was put the A in the middle of it. That was it. Because it's like where my heart is at, But it's simple.
Yeah.
Where yours, you can make it simply for you. And that's why I like the picture idea. I like that idea. Just doing that with
It was actually just a little joke.
Hey, but you know me. Don't give me an idea. If you're real about it, if I feel like that might be a good idea, rock with it. Let's see what happens.
The minute he sends me a font, I already have some clothing that I want to do. I want to do the booty shorts. I want to do the snapbacks. I want to do the beanies. I want the tops, the crop tops, all that. And it's going to sell.
Yeah,
so I'm excited.
You're selling yourself, but in your way of self-confidence, because you have a lot of self-confidence. So, like, that helps. There's a difference between trashy and self-confidence, though. That there is a very thin line there, but you wear it where it's confidence, not the other way around. So that I know it will work. And then when you just splash that Body Mods by Alicia on there with a little hashtag or whatever, we'll make it rock. Even though you're going to be more known for the business side than the piercing events real soon. So.
Yeah. The crazy thing is, as I was ending my career of piercing, Larry starts doing all this promotional stuff, which I wish you would have did when I was fresh off the boat with it. But
I would have, but I didn't know.
Yeah.
See, that's the growth. That's the growth now. Like now that I'm connected with Win and I'm learning and Stefan and I'm learning like new things, and I'm like, okay, this is how you do this day and age of. I was foot on the ground, dude. I'm the one that get in the paper, get in the clipper, get in the TV, get on the radio, get all this stuff, right? But I didn't know this side of technology, like all the social media and the way to really market stuff. And now that I'm learning it, it's just going to grow faster. But that's why you'll grow faster, because even though you're at the end of your piercing, you're not, because you're going to have to help her.
Right.
They're going to get overloaded.
But no, with all this, I'm not giving it up just yet.
No, definitely.
I'm ready to branch out Body Mod by Alicia.
You can't, and I feel like that's a brand that needs to be stamped. We need to trademark it. We need to get it right. We just have to get it there. Once we get it there, we'll trademark it.
But the good
and
thing
brand
about body modification is that it's not just limited to piercings. You know, I love lash extensions, eyelashes. I love changing my hair, my look. So it's all going into that skincare, all of that.
But that's why I said when we get to the point where that is showing a revenue to where I feel like, okay, I don't mind putting up a couple bucks right now. Like if I got to put up 40, 50 grand and go put it over here into this store to open this store. But I know now Cynthia has a handful of women that can do the job. You've put a couple people underneath you that you know can do the eyelash extensions. And then I got you over there running it. And now you have your other little business partner you have in there doing her thing, and you're just managing that situation where it can all play. And now we have a women's salon fully dedicated to nothing but women. Like, who wouldn't want to go there? All the women would go there because they don't have to feel like they got a bunch of perverted ass men standing over top of them.
Right.
That's why nail salons stay packed. they gotta get their nails done. You get and you said you want to get your esthetician license, so like you can do the wax and like that business that you're trying to build. I'm all for it, and I'm willing to go in with it. We just have to get it all played out in all ways, shape, or form, where we have the crew. We build the crew first, we build the clientele first, and then we build the business. Because we have to build the want first. Because if we can get the people that say, okay, I can see it, where Cynthia's booking, but she's not booking enough to where I feel like we could make the money to pay the rent.
Mm-hmm. So hopefully when she gets her apprentices and stuff like that. And then it's just about marketing also. She's starting to market herself a little bit more.
And that's where we're going to play a big role in, because I'm going to spend a lot of time and a lot of effort coming back into this on that side. Like that's why he's going to be full-time working for us, working with us now every day. Always be filmed. We're going to film every day. We're going to edit day every day to the point where we're live all the time. So people will get to know us. People will get to see us. People will get to understand how we are and how we are as a family. And then they can see the work. And then Cynthia hopefully can grow from that. You know what I mean?
We also have to do like some type of hidden camera thing, because there's so much behind the scenes that people miss out. Like we're so funny.
Well, I have Kelly writing a whole new release form that has
like if they're okay with being filmed and stuff. That's great.
We'll have cameras set up in all the rooms. Plus, he'll be walking around, and Stefan will be walking around.
Definitely have to put some cameras in my room. Oh my God.
Now we'll have to shut. Those ones will have to be shut on. Be able to be shut on and off.
When I do certain piercings, of course.
Same thing in all these rooms. We'll just have to make sure that be able to shut off and on. Cynthia already has one in her room, but I'm gonna add another one in there. And then the behind the scenes with the mics, everything's gonna be mic'd up. Mm-hmm. It's gonna take us a little while, like when we first get open, because we don't really know what we need yet. This is a big production. This is a huge production, so it's going to take a lot of money, like a lot of microphones, a lot of cameras, a lot of stuff we're still learning. So
I hate to cut in, but can we wrap this up in a couple minutes?
Yeah.
I have an appointment at the furniture store.
Yeah, we can finish. But we will definitely be full live.
I'm excited. I'm ready. I know it's going to be great.
All right, guys. I want to thank you for coming and watching the show. You know, this is the Artistic Edition family series. This is Alicia.
Body Mob by Alicia.
Body Mob by Alicia. Go follow it on Instagram. Quit playing. She doesn't have Facebook, so she does just Instagram. Any questions or concerns, you can hit her up. Mm-hmm. The shop up. She's also got access to the shop account, so any emails, all that stuff, she does have access to. She's in the middle of moving and stuff, so if you're hitting her up right now, she doesn't get back to you, don't take it personal. She'll get to you. Let her get in her house. Let her get situated. We're not going anywhere. We're not freaking opening, so the question can wait. Just so you know, we don't know. We love you guys, and I can't wait to see you guys. Have a great day.
Bye.
Bye.